We left off working on this cart icon over here in the menu. So you see that we have this badge that shows the number of items in the cart. And this is what allows us to navigate to the cart page. So if we're here on the shop page, home page, it doesn't matter. And we decide that we're ready to make our purchase. Well, we just go to navigate to the cart page, and this is where we're at currently. All right, so currently it's empty, and we're gonna start adding or displaying all of the items in the cart, and as well as a cart summary. All right, so let's go ahead and work on this. All right, so the first step is we're going to display an empty cart section. So if a user decides that from some other page goes to the cart page and there's actually no items in the cart, in which case over here it would show a number 0. Well, here there wouldn't be any items, so we just want to give display that's saying your cart is empty. All right, otherwise it will show the actual items inside the cart. So let's go ahead and start this off. All right, so we are going to change this div into a section tag. Give it a class name of cart dash page. And let me go ahead and open up my shop page just to see if there was any kind of margins or padding that I had on there. Yeah, all right, so I did have a margin of 4 for this. So let's do the same for add that for our cart page as well. All right, I'm gonna save that, and let me remove this here. All right, so now we have that. The next thing I want to do is here in the shop page, I kind of want to keep things consistent here. And you see we have this Jumbotron here, which shows the display of the title for the page. So here we have the shop page, and if we were to go to the view product page, oh well, this one doesn't have it, but I want to do the same thing that we have here for the shop page. All right, and add it to the cart page. So what I'll do, since that was in the shop component, I'm going to go ahead and copy this Jumbotron, go back to the cart, and before we use this Jumbotron, we're gonna have to set up a condition. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna check if cart. As a matter of fact, we can't use this. We can't check the cart unless we import it, right? So let's go ahead and import that from the Redux state. So we're gonna have to use selector, and from React Redux. Next, we're gonna do const, and this is gonna be the cart state. All right, so this grabs our cart data from the Redux state. So now that we have that available to us inside this component to make use of, we can have our condition now. So I'm going to say if the cart dot length is less than or equal to 0, then I'm going to display something. Otherwise, I'm going to display something else. Well, for this for this first portion, if this condition is true, meaning there's no products, then at that point I do want to go ahead and just paste that Jumbotron that we copied from the shop page right here. And as a matter of fact, I'm also gonna go ahead and paste it in the else block as well, because we're gonna have a Jumbotron for that as well. So here I'm gonna save that, and let's see, for this I'm gonna have a display of your cart is empty, and for here we're gonna say cart. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and save this and see what we got so far. All right, so you see we have the Jumbotron that says cart, and that's because currently we do have items in our cart. But now if I go to, I'm going to go here to the application, and I'm going to delete all the data inside our local storage by just clearing everything here. So now it's cleared. And if I refresh our page, you see now we have your cart is empty. So I can go here, shop, and also you see it here in the badge, it says 0. So that's in sync as well. So your cart is empty. All right, perfect. And then if I go back, I want to add to cart this turkey burger, go up, you see we have one item. If I go to the cart page, now it displays the cart jumbotron. All right, but in addition to this message that says your cart is empty, I do want to have a button that allows us to the user to go back and continue shopping. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to add a button, and that button I'm gonna take from it was the product page, and let me show you what I mean. So here, when we click on any of the view product buttons, this is the product page, and you see that we're making use of the go back button. So that I pretty much I want to take that from the product page as well, so we don't have to redo it. We can just make use of that same button. So that's right here, copy, go back to the cart page, and I will display it right over, paste it right inside here. All right, and then let's see. All right, so I will delete, let's see here. Yeah, I don't need this to button, that to attribute. What else? Okay, we do want to have an on click handler, and then go back. All right, so next is going back to that product page. Let's see, shop to go back, shop. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and copy this event handler here, go back to the cart page. So the moment that the user clicks on this button, which is to go back, it's going to fire off this event handler. And so we want to paste that right here. So at that point, it's going to use this history, which we have to abstract it or destructure it here, history, to make use of. Okay, and just to let you know, in case you're wondering why does this have access to the history object? Just a reminder is that when you're using the React Router DOM library, such as over here, this is where we have all of our routing. So anytime we're able to use like these routes here, which for example that one, for this one right here is the route for the cart. So we're making use of this route, which belongs to the React Router DOM. So anytime we use this in our routing system, that gives us access to that history object. All right. So I just wanted to make sure you understood that, because you might be wondering, well, why is it possible that I have access to this? And that's the reason why we have access to it. All right, so now we make use of the history, and then that history object has a method called go back, which allows us to go back. So if I save that and I go back here, I'm going to go again and empty out my local storage and refresh the page. And you see here we have your cart is empty, and I'm going to click this go back, and now it takes me to the shop page. All right. All right, let's go back to the cart page. All right, I want to bring this button a little, bring it down though. So I'm gonna add some margin to that. Let's see. So here's the button. Instead of margin bottom, I'm gonna remove that bottom and then just add margin left -4. And there you go. All right, that's better. All right, so now we're done with the portion of if our cart is empty. So the empty cart section. All right, so let's go ahead and mark this off. Another thing we did take care of is get the cart from the Redux. All right, so we took care of that too. So let's go ahead and mark that off. And the final phase is to display the cart section. All right, or in other words, the section that if we have products, let me go here. Let me just add one product. I'll add the veggie burger, add to cart. And if I go here, so at this point, I want to display all of the items inside our cart, which currently we have one. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and add one more. I'll add pasta. No, well, that one's out of stock, so we can't use that. Cheese pizza, add to cart. So now we have 2 items. So I want to display 2 items. All right. So also, by the way, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, on the left side, like this left side here, this is where I'm going to display the items. And on the right portion, on the right side, that's where we're going to add our cart summary. But the cart summary, we're going to take care of on another video. I just want to focus on the left section, which is going to display our cart items. All right. So let's go back here. All right. So the next step is to work. Is going to be here. All right, so now what I want to do here is I want to set up a div. This div is going to be a class name of row. And within this row, all right. The reason why we're getting this error is because with React, remember, if you have adjacent elements like this, we're going to have to add a parent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a React fragment, just like that. All right. So that takes care of that. All right. So now inside this row, I'm going to have 2 divs. The first div is going to be for the left side section, and that's going to have a column of 8. And I'm going to say cart items go here. Go ahead and copy and paste below. And this next one is going to be a column of 4. And this one's going to say cart summary goes here. All right, if I save that and go back here, see what we got. All right, so you see we got the cart items, which are going to go here, and cart summary goes here. All right, for the cart summary, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a border to the left of it. So I'm going to do border dash left to create a little separation. All right, so you see this little border right here. All right, next. All right, and again, this section here, we're going to take care of in another video. Our focus is going to be pretty much within this div tag. So for now, I'm going to remove this dummy text here. All right, and let's see. All right, so what I'm going to do for this column is I'm going to make use of a bootstrap table. So let's go ahead and do bootstrap table. Here we got our tables. All right, I'm going to make use of this table here. So go ahead and go copy this to the clipboard, go back. And I'm going to paste it in between. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change these from the class name from class to class name, because remember we're using React, so it can't be just class. And there we go. All right, so if I save that, now it's reformatted. All right, so that's better. Let's see what we got so far. All right, so you see this table right here. Good. All right. Next, what I want to do is, let's see here. We got table row. I'm also gonna right now in that example, it has a total 4 rows. We're gonna actually need 5 rows. So go ahead and copy and paste another one below. And since we're going to have a header, an additional header, we're going to have to add another row. So here, add another row, or another column here for the table row. And since we're going to be mapping, all we need for now is, let's see, I'm just going to delete one of these. Just keep one table row in the body for now. All right, let me save that and see how this looks so far. All right, there we go. All right, so next part is, let's go ahead and, so here is our template that comes with the Bootstrap, but obviously we're going to change these headers here. So we're going to work on the headers. So the first one here is, we're just going to keep this one empty. This portion or first column is going to deal with the image. We don't need any label for that. So, and for this first one, we're going to say product, or it's going to be like the product name. And the next one is going to be the price. Here, we're going to say quantity. And then the next one is going to be remove, or we're going to have a button in this column, which is going to allow the user to click on the button and remove the item if they change their mind. All right, if we save that, go back, let's see what we got so far. All right, you see here, there we go. And this first column is empty, no label, because we're just going to display an image here on the first column. All right, so now let's go ahead and work on the table rows. But before we do that, what we're going to do is, remember, we're going to be mapping around the cart. So what I'm going to do is, I'm first going to say, do the condition. I'm going to say, I'm going to do cart.map. We're going to map the cart. And for each product inside that cart, so we're going to call it product for each item in the cart. We're going to go ahead and take this table row, delete it from here, and instead paste it right over here in the center, in between this. If we do that, let's see, currently we have 2 items, so it should display 2 rows for us. There you go. All right, but obviously we don't want this dummy data that's given to us. We want to actually we want to give the details of the actual product for within the cart. So as I mentioned, the first column is going to deal with the image. So let's start with that first one. For the image, what we're going to do is, let's see, we're going to go ahead into our cart component and go to the section where we are displaying over here, where we have the home page. And no, that's the wrong one. No, let's go, no, not there. Okay, here. All right, so this is inside our cart component. We're making use of this image tag. We can go ahead and copy this, go back to the cart component and paste that inside here. I'm gonna save, and let's see. All right, what I'm gonna do is, let's see, so we get the product and we're pointing it to the product. All right, so that stays the same. All this stays the same. I do want to add a Bootstrap class called image thumbnail. All right, let me save that and see how it looks. All right, so you see this is obviously too large. All right, so we're gonna make that smaller. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a custom inline style, and I'm gonna say max width of 110 pixels. I'm gonna go ahead and save that. Much better. All right, let me bring this console lower. All right, that's better. All right, so the max width that is possible is 110 pixels. And let's see how it looks if we on smaller screens. Good. All right, perfect. All right, so now that we have our image taken care of, let's work on the next column. And that next column is for our for the product name. All right, so that is here. Remove this here. And for the product name, what we're gonna do is, let's see here. For the product name, we are going to, let me see something, view product. All right. So you know that here in the shop page, when we're displaying the cart items, we have this view product button. And if we clicked on it, what it does is it passes along the ID of that specific product. So we're going to make use of that. So we're going to have to go to the shop page and the portion, no, actually the card component. And the portion where we have our buttons, which you see here under this condition, if homepage and, we're making use of this link here, which is to view product. I'm going to copy that, go back to the cart, and paste that inside this table data tag. And obviously we're not going to need all this here. What we're going to keep is, we're going to keep this here, the to attribute. We're going to remove this button type, and let's see what else. And for instead of view, remove the view product, and instead do product dot product name. Oh, and you see we get this error here, which is saying link is not defined, so we have to import that. Go ahead and import link from React Router DOM. Save that. The error goes away. Go back and go to our cart page, and let's see what we got. All right, so you see we get this button here. I actually don't want this button. I actually want it like a link, as a link instead. So what we'll do is we'll just remove this class name here, which creates the button. Just delete the whole thing. Oh, no, wrong place, wrong portion. No, go down. All right, this is where we're at. All right, so we want, no, not for the image, for the link here. So remove this whole portion here for the class, delete that. So all we want for the attribute is the to attribute. Go ahead, save that, and go back. All right, that's exactly what I want. So you see it displays the link of the name of the product. So here's a veggie burger, and you got cheese pizza. But what's good is that if we click on the veggie burger, it redirects us to the product description page. And if I go back, it takes us back to the cart page. If I go to the cheese pizza, I want to check out more details about it. It takes us directly to the cheese pizza. All right. So we can go back here, and there you go. All right, so next portion is the price column. So going back here, that's right here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's see, we can go to the card component as well again. And what we're going to do is this right here. We're going to copy this portion here, which is displays the price. Oops. Yeah, I'm going to copy this, go back to the cart page, and remove this, paste here, save, and there you go. And now we got our price here. All right, next section, next column is the quantity. So for the quantity, let's see. All right, yeah, for quantity, what we're going to do is we're going to have product dot count. All right, so this right here, the count property gives us the amount of products currently in the cart for the specific product. And right later on, what we're going to do automatically is going to just give us one. All right, because when we click on the add to cart, it defaults to just add one in the cart. But once we get to this cart page here, which is we're going to take care of later, is we're going to have a select button here, or select button, which is going to allow the user to to add the quantity, to add more quantity, so they can add more or add less to the quantity. All right, so it's going to allow them to update the quantity, the amount. All right, but right now all we want is this. We're just gonna have this for now. All right, so the final step is this, the button. We're gonna have a delete button here in this last column. So let's go back here. All right, so for this here, what we're gonna do is, let's see, if we go to, let me see here, shop page. Yeah. All right, so I'm just gonna copy the button, like a button from the cart page, from the cart component, which is the add to cart, and I'm just gonna change it up a little. All right, so that's coming from the cart component, and where are we at? All right, so this is the button that I want. Is no. Oh, we already have. Okay. Yeah, actually, you know what? Here in the admin page, yeah, we can use this one. All right, so instead, here in the admin page where we have the cart component, go ahead and copy this button right here. Go back to the cart component, and right here, delete and paste. Dispatch. So obviously we're gonna make some changes here. Delete this on click. We're gonna take care of that later. The type button, that stays the same. Let's see, here, and I'm going to remove this delete text and just leave the icon for the trash can. If I save this, go back, let's go to the cart page, and yep, that's exactly how I want it. All right, there we go. So that's it for now. So now you see that we're displaying the items here. All right, so let me also add another product just to make sure. Let's add pepperoni pizza, add to cart. We have 3. Let's check the cart out. So you see now we have pepperoni pizza. Let's decide we want to shop for more. Go to pasta parmesan, or add lasagna, Now we have 4 items. Go to the cart, and you see we have our lasagna. If we click on this link here for lasagna, it takes us to the description page for lasagna, and we can click go back, and that works, and it takes us back. All right, so that's it for now. So I guess for the next lecture, what we're gonna take care of is the quantity. So we're gonna allow the user to update the quantity inside their cart. All right, till then, I'll see you in the next lecture.